The power of your mind is immense. It can be your greatest asset or your biggest obstacle. The choice is yours. Many of us allow our minds to dictate our days, pulling us into worry, distraction, overthinking, and doubt before we even begin. This leads to stagnation, as an uncontrolled mind makes excuses, seeks comfort, and replays limiting thoughts. However, once you learn to control your mind, everything shifts. You become proactive, conserve energy, make clear choices, and move with purpose. This guide will help you take back control, enabling you to think better, focus deeper, and stay grounded regardless of external circumstances. This isn't about fleeting motivation, it's about cultivating the mental strength essential for true success. Command your mind. Stop chasing useless thoughts. True success begins not with external achievements, but with how you manage your thoughts. An uncontrolled mind leads to an uncontrolled life. Therefore, the first step is to command your mind, not merely talk to it or hope it listens. Most people never truly examine their thoughts. Their minds wander from one useless idea to the next, dwelling on insignificant worries, comparing themselves to others, and replaying fear-based narratives. This mental clutter drains their strength, clarity, and confidence. To break this cycle, you must consciously choose what deserves your attention each morning. Not every thought merits your time or energy. Some thoughts aim only to drain or diminish you. Recognize them, and swiftly dismiss them. Your brain is a machine. It operates based on its training. If it's been trained to chase distractions or react emotionally, it will continue to do so. However, if you train it to focus on your goals, values, and priorities, it will begin to work for you. This training isn't a one-time event. It's a daily practice of guiding and correcting your mind, preventing it from wandering aimlessly. When an unhelpful thought arises, stop and acknowledge that it's not serving your progress or conserving your energy. Then, actively replace it with something useful and practical, thinking that reinforces what truly matters in the present moment. This is the essence of discipline. It's not just about action, but about thinking effectively. A mind cluttered with noise cannot make smart decisions. Clear that mental space for strength, not weakness, for clarity, not confusion. Recognize the difference between thoughts that propel you forward and those that hold you back, and choose wisely every day. How to practice this? Become aware. Pay close attention to your thoughts throughout the day. Notice what repeatedly appears, what exhausts you, or what makes you feel lost. This is the mental clutter you need to eliminate. If it doesn't empower you or foster growth, it doesn't belong. Create structure. Provide your mind with direction. Write down your priorities and goals. Give your mind a clear list to return to when it begins to drift. Your mind needs anchors to prevent it from chasing every new stimulus. Stop feeding your mind junk. Just as poor food weakens your body, negative input weakens your mind. Mindless scrolling and consuming trivial content train your brain to prioritize nonsense. Be discerning about what you watch, listen to, and allow into your mental space. Guard your mind as a valuable asset. Build strong mental habits, like physical exercise. Mental discipline requires repetition. Start with just 5 minutes daily of focused thought. Contemplate your goals and what matters most. Over time, this practice will make it easier to stay focused, and you'll find yourself dismissing distractions more quickly. Challenge your thinking. Not every thought that enters your mind is true or helpful. Question thoughts rooted in fear, past experiences, or misinformation. Ask, is this true? Is this helping me? If not, discard it. Don't engage in debate. Simply replace it with a useful, strong, and progressive thought. Success is a direct result of mental control. It's the ability to maintain focus amidst distraction, sustain energy when others are drained, and think clearly during challenging times. You are in charge. Decide to be focused, disciplined, and in control. This will transform your reactions into responses, overthinking into action, wasted time into productive building, and doubt into belief. If you're tired of feeling stuck or scattered, begin here. Stop chasing useless thoughts and start leading your mind to build the life you truly desire. Force your brain to stay on what matters. To achieve success, you must train your brain to consistently focus on what truly matters. Most people allow their minds to run wild, with good intentions quickly derailed by minor distractions. A notification, a worry, a fleeting thought. This scattering of focus leads to wasted years, where activity replaces productivity and thinking lacks purpose. Make a firm decision from now on: I will train my mind to stay on what truly matters. This initially requires effort and attention, but without it, your brain will gravitate towards what's easiest, not what's important. The difference between rapid progress and stagnation often lies in focus. The ability to remain locked in on what counts, to say no to trivialities and yes to significant pursuits. Understand that your brain is a tool that responds to patterns. If you train it to jump between tasks or consume shallow content, it will become accustomed to that. But if you train it for stillness, calm, and sustained attention on one thing, it will comply. This control isn't accidental. You must decide what deserves your attention. Start by asking, what truly matters right now? Not what's urgent or loud, but what genuinely moves your life forward and contributes to the person you aspire to be. Once you have that answer, commit to it fully. Don't let your brain escape the moment when something else appears. This is how you build mental strength and success. Resist the brain's inclination towards comfort and easier options. You are the one who decides what occupies your mind. You cannot give your attention to everything and expect results. Narrow your focus, choose what matters, and consistently train your brain to return to it. When your brain wants to scroll or drift, bring it back. This discipline is not easy. The world constantly bombards you with new things. But if you resist and stay centered, you will develop an inner calm and clear direction. This daily practice will enhance your energy, mood, and confidence as you become rooted in purpose, building something meaningful instead of wasting your day on mental noise. Practice this even in chaos. Real strength is built under pressure. Know your triggers. What breaks your focus? Your phone, fear, comparison? Acknowledge them and develop strategies. Put your phone away. Challenge fears with facts, or stop comparing yourself to others. You cannot afford to surrender your mind to things that don't foster growth. Strategies for sustained focus. Create a routine. Structure your day to support focus. Start by reviewing your most important goal. Just one. Commit your best effort to it. If your mind drifts, gently bring it back. Consistent return, not perfection, builds focus. Prioritize rest. A well-rested brain is a focused brain. Don't overexert yourself. Take intentional breaks. Step back, but always return to what matters when it's time. Protect from emotional overload. Emotions like frustration, anxiety, or doubt can hijack your focus. When they arise, pause. Acknowledge them, breathe, and ask, does this help me move forward? If not, choose to return to your priority, even amidst emotional discomfort. Train your brain to work for you. Teach it that success demands focus and that priorities come first. With consistent practice, distractions will lose their power, and temptations will cease to control you. You will have built a stronger, clearer, and more focused mind, transforming success from a dream into a tangible reality, one thought and one choice at a time. This is how you win. By staying on what matters long enough for it to flourish, by refusing to chase what doesn't serve you, and by showing up fully every day with a clear direction. Decide what to think, and never drift again. To build a strong life, you must consciously decide what to think. Most people allow their minds to wander directionless, oscillating between dreams and doubt. An unguided mind drifts, leading to confusion, delay, and weakness, ultimately costing you control over your time, mood, energy, and life. Successful individuals make a deliberate choice about their thinking. They know which thoughts to embrace and which to reject, never leaving it to chance or habit. They wake up and choose their focus, reminding themselves daily of their chosen mindset. This isn't magic, it's discipline, and anyone can cultivate it. To stop drifting, take responsibility for your thoughts. Despite external distractions and challenges, you are in charge of your focus. Every thought you choose either builds you up or breaks you down. Your mind repeatedly becomes whatever you allow it to concentrate on. If you consistently return to worry, you become fearful. If you focus on setbacks, you become hesitant. If you feed negativity, you become bitter. But by choosing thoughts that foster belief, courage, and direction, you shift everything. Your actions strengthen, your mood improves, and momentum returns. Many don't realize they're drifting. They mistake mere thinking for progress. But thinking without intention is like walking in circles. Give your thinking purpose. Declare what you intend to build today. Then train your thoughts to follow that purpose repeatedly. Your brain learns through repetition, making focused thinking more natural over time. Noise and negative thoughts will always arise, reminders of past failures, doubts, or pressure. But you don't have to accept every thought. Just because it's in your head doesn't make it true. Observe the thought, then choose. Does this help me move forward? If not, release it and replace it with something useful, strong, and real. Cultivating intentional thinking. Provide clarity and vision. Don't let your mind guess or search for problems. Define the person you want to become and the life you want to create. Filter every thought through this lens. Does this match the person I'm becoming? If not, it doesn't belong. Protect your thinking as you protect your future. Avoid passivity. Drifting occurs when you stop choosing, when you let your environment, social media, fear, or others' drama direct your thoughts. Step back, pause, and think for yourself. Your power comes from choosing, not reacting. Schedule daily thinking time. Dedicate even 10 minutes to intentional thought. Ask yourself, what do I want today to look like? What's my most important focus? What thoughts are holding me back? Clear thoughts lead to sharp actions. Guard your environment. Be mindful of who and what you listen to and watch. Your environment feeds your mind. If surrounded by noise or drama, your thoughts become scattered and reactive. Be intentional about what enters your mental space. Commit to the shift. This isn't about perfection. You'll have off days, but the goal is to return. Notice the drift and redirect to focus. Notice fear and return to courage. Notice doubt and return to belief. This is how you build control, not by avoiding struggle, but by mastering your return. You don't have to drift through life, repeating old patterns. You have the power to choose a new path. One thought and one decision at a time, you can reclaim your mind and build a life that truly works. A life led with strength, clarity, and focus. Reset your mind every morning with full intention. Each morning, your mind stands at a crossroads. Either you take control, or it takes control of you. Your morning routine, particularly your first thoughts, powerfully shapes your entire day's mindset, behavior, and results. This is why you must reset your mind every morning with full intention. You can't merely hope for a good day, you must consciously create it by training your thinking. Your mind doesn't start blank, it carries over from the previous night. If you went to bed stressed, that will persist unless you interrupt it. A deliberate reset is essential, not automatic. It's a purposeful act, daily and without exception, to establish control before external influences take hold, and to stay centered regardless of circumstances. Your first task upon waking isn't to check your phone or address problems. It's to pause and reflect on who you are and where you're going. Remind yourself of what truly matters, the few things that genuinely advance your life. Without this, your brain will chase the first thing it encounters, drifting into familiar anxieties and habits. An intentional reset gives your mind a fresh start, clears the noise, and establishes clarity, which can shape your focus, attitude, effort, and confidence for the entire day. You don't need an hour for this, just a few minutes of presence. Sit up, breathe, and think clearly. Ask, what kind of person do I want to be today? What actions will reflect that? What distractions must I ignore? By deciding your direction, you become proactive, living with purpose instead of reacting to pressure. Many people start their days already behind, rushed and distracted, burdened by unchosen thoughts. They lose control of their minds before the day even begins, leading to scattered focus and inefficiency. To break this cycle, stop reacting and start deciding. Deliberately clear away mental clutter. Acknowledge that today is a new chance to live with strength and direction. But only if you seize it by choosing how you want to think. It's easy to overlook this step, to feel too busy or tired, but skipping it sacrifices your inner control, making everything harder, sharper decisions, calmer reactions, stronger work. You become dependent on circumstances to feel good. However, an early mental reset imbues you with strength. You don't need perfection or external validation. You've already chosen how to think, act, and focus. This builds a new standard for your mental and physical presence. The reset is your preparation. It's declaring, I won't let yesterday control today. I won't let pressure make my choices or worry overshadow my purpose. I am in charge, leading my mind, starting now. This level of intention imbues your actions with purpose, making you more focused and resilient to distractions and stress. This isn't about motivation, it's about responsibility. When guiding your mind becomes your job, you stop waiting for the right mood and start creating better days through better mornings. You cultivate peace by aligning your thoughts with your purpose. This reset isn't just about positive thinking, it's about making space for discipline, commitment, and sensible decisions. It's how you reclaim your time and commit to building the life you desire. This practice should be daily, not just for difficult times. Inconsistency creates confusion, but a consistent morning reset builds stability and structure, equipping your mind to handle pressure and setbacks. If you want success, this must become a daily discipline. Shape your mind, guide it, return to what matters, and remind yourself of your identity and goals. You cannot control everything that happens, but you can control how you show up. That begins the moment you wake up. Reset with full intention, then carry that mindset into every hour of your day. This is how strong days and clear minds are built, and how real success begins. Control your focus when life tries to distract you. Every day brings distractions, some obvious, others subtle, all designed to pull your attention from what matters. A single thought, message, or complaint can derail your focus, leaving your mind entangled in irrelevant matters. This is why you must develop the ability to control your focus when life tries to distract you. Focus isn't found, it's protected. It's about creating a mental space where you decide what matters and block out everything else. This decision must be firm, or noise will always prevail. Distractions aren't random, they emerge when your guard is down, when you're tired, bored, or frustrated. Your brain seeks an easier, more comfortable escape, which can become a trap. If you follow this path repeatedly, it becomes a habit, then you're normal, subtly shifting you away from progress. The ability to maintain focus amidst chaos distinguishes those who succeed from those who constantly restart. This skill enables consistency even when everything feels urgent. Most distractions are not important, they merely feel urgent. Your focus, time, and energy are limited, so to build anything meaningful, you must be more selective. Protect your focus as your most valuable resource, for without it, talent, motivation, and goals falter. Focus isn't prolonged staring, it's keeping your mind where it needs to be, noticing when thoughts drift, and promptly bringing them back. Distractions will always appear, but your job is to recognize them early and return to your priority. The quicker your return, the stronger you become. Many people waste time unknowingly distracted, pulled into trivial conversations or reactions. This leads to exhaustion without effectiveness, creating the sensation of constant activity without progress. Strategies for protecting focus. Build awareness. Observe where your mind wanders and when you lose track. Document these moments to understand your patterns and gain control. Knowing your weak points allows you to build defenses. Implement systems. Turn off notifications during deep work. Use timers for specific tasks. Create a morning plan to prevent scattered focus. Take intentional short breaks to avoid burnout-induced distraction. These small actions yield significant results by keeping your mind on track. Address internal distractions. Sometimes the distraction is a thought, a memory, a fear, a what if. When your mind spirals, pause. Ask, is this thought useful? Is it helping me act or just overthink? If unhelpful, shift it to something clear, real, and grounded in the present. Declare your focus. Explicitly decide what your mind is allowed to focus on each morning. Choose one primary focus, and when life tries to pull you away, don't react or judge. Simply return. This quiet return, not harsh discipline, builds focus. Embrace imperfect conditions. Don't wait for silence or perfect feelings. Distractions are ubiquitous. The person who learns to stay focused despite noise is the one who succeeds. This builds confidence. Each time you return your attention, you affirm your control, transforming from a victim of environment to someone who leads with purpose. Others will try to pull you into their world, but you owe your attention to your purpose, where your best work, growth, and next level reside. Don't surrender your mind. Keep it close, direct it, and choose it when life gets noisy. Distractions don't deserve your energy. You have something to build, and that requires locking in when others drift. Focus becomes a strength through quiet daily choices, winning the battle of attention one moment at a time. This is how you achieve consistency, meaningful results, and rise above the noise. Control your focus, and you control your future. Direct your thoughts like you steer a car. Your thoughts don't move independently. You are their driver, deciding their direction. However, many people never learn to steer their thinking, allowing thoughts to wander from focus to past problems, motivation to uncontrollable worries. They are reacting, not guiding, which leads to a drifting life, confusion, and frustration. Therefore, learning to direct your thoughts is not optional, it's fundamental to building a life that works. If you don't give your mind a path, it will create one, usually driven by habit, emotion, and distraction. This path leads to repetition, the same worries, mistakes, and regrets. You may feel like you're thinking, but you're merely circling. Thinking isn't enough. It must be purposeful. You must steer your thoughts deliberately, like driving a car, with full attention to the road ahead. There are moments daily when you notice your thoughts veering off course, doubting yourself, worrying about others' opinions, making excuses. In that moment, you have a choice. Let it continue or take the wheel and redirect. Remind yourself of your destination. Choose a better thought. This is your responsibility. The longer you wait, the harder it is to turn back. Catch it early. Many live in mental autopilot, unaware of why they think what they do. or if their thoughts are helping. Break this pattern. Ask, why am I thinking this? Does it help me move forward? Is this the direction I want? If not, immediately shift your thinking with intention, not frustration. You're not just changing a thought, you're reclaiming your power. Directing your thoughts isn't about forced positivity, it's about clarity. It's deciding which thoughts deserve space in your mind. If a thought leads to action, truth, or strength, keep it. If it leads to fear, delay, or weakness, discard it. This is how you build mental control, by choosing to focus on what moves you forward. It takes practice, like learning to drive. You'll drift, overcorrect, and be slow to catch yourself. That's normal. But don't give up. Remind yourself that how you think dictates how you live. To live better, you must think better, by directing your thoughts intentionally. Practical steps for steering your mind. Establish mental checkpoints. Throughout the day, pause and ask, what am I thinking right now? Is this helping or hurting? Where is this thought taking me? This awareness empowers you to take control. Choose how to face difficulty. When challenges arise, your mind may want to spiral. But you can choose to shift your attention towards solutions, action, or perspective. You still feel the emotion, but you don't let it lead. Let your values and mission guide you. Define your destination. You can't steer without knowing where you're going. Clarify who you want to become, what you want to build, and the energy you want to embody. Then, align your thoughts with this vision. If your thoughts don't match your destination, you won't arrive. Set personal standards. Define what kind of thoughts you permit. Don't tolerate self-sabotaging patterns. When old fears or doubts arise, declare, that's not who I am, that's not how I think anymore, and redirect your focus. Embrace repetition. Master your mind through consistent practice. Repeatedly return to your decision, correcting your focus in quiet moments. Each redirection strengthens your control, rewiring your brain until intentional thinking becomes automatic. This discipline fosters quiet confidence. I can handle this. I can stay calm. I can make a decision. I can move forward. Not because life is perfect, but because your thoughts are controlled. You're not dragged by fear or lost in confusion. You lead your mind with strength and focus. There will always be external factors beyond your control, but your thoughts, what you dwell on, focus on, and repeat, remain within your grasp. This is your steering wheel, your advantage. Don't surrender it to emotion or external noise. Guide it towards the life you want. You don't need perfection, just stay aware, be intentional. When you drift, return. When doubt appears, shift it. When old stories arise, rewrite them. Every shift is a win, every return is growth. Each purposeful thought choice makes you stronger. This is your mind, your life. Drive it with purpose, think with discipline, and lead yourself daily. This is how you stay in control and reach your desired destination. Reject weak thinking the second it shows up. Weak thinking doesn't announce itself. It slips in quietly, quickly, and without warning. One moment you're fine, the next you hear it, you're not ready, you're not good enough. What if it doesn't work? It sounds like truth, but it's false. If you don't catch it immediately, it grows, gains momentum, and feeds on your attention, eroding your actions, energy, and confidence. Therefore, you don't argue with weak thinking, you reject it the second it shows up. Weak thinking thrives on delay. It wants you to pause, doubt, and second guess. The longer it lingers, the harder it is to break free. You must act fast. Don't entertain it. Don't give it a foothold. The moment you notice a thought dragging you down, cut it off. Not with frustration, but with clarity. Recognize it as useless, not conducive to growth or strength, and simply trying to hold you back. This isn't about pretending all is well, it's about making a choice. Weak thoughts will always exist, but what matters is your response. Do you let them dictate your day, or do you interrupt them and shift direction? This is your responsibility. You don't need perfect thoughts. You need to take control of your mind before it pulls you into an unproductive space. Mindset isn't just motivation, it's decision. Every thought presents a choice. Keep it or discard it. Fail to use this power, and you'll be controlled by patterns you didn't choose, repeating the same mental noise that has held you back. To stop this, address weak thoughts when they're small, shutting them down immediately, not after they've drained your energy. This speed builds mental sharpness, making you alert, aware, and responsive, rather than reactive. Understand your patterns. Where do weak thoughts typically surface for you? Before new endeavors, during setbacks, or when comparing yourself to others. Learn your triggers. Knowing where weakness begins allows you to prepare for it, preventing it from catching you off guard. Weak thinking often sounds reasonable, making it dangerous. It whispers as caution or realism, but its result is always the same. It slows you down, halts momentum, and fosters hesitation, costing you progress. One small hesitation can become a missed opportunity, shaping your identity over time. Strategies for rejecting weak thinking. Replace with strength. Don't just reject the thought, replace it with something solid, based on who you are becoming. Create clear truths you can return to. This isn't helping me. This isn't who I am. I know what I'm building, what I stand for. This is mental armor. Anchor in discipline. Discipline begins with thinking. You cannot act strong if your thoughts are weak. Control what plays in your head. If it doesn't align with your chosen direction, reject it without apology. Guard your mind's door. Cultivate clarity. Weak thinking struggles in a committed mind. When you're clear on your values, goals, and identity, weak thoughts have little room to infiltrate. Personal clarity is a powerful defense. Stay grounded in action. Weak thoughts gain strength when you're idle, overthinking, or replaying scenarios. Move forward. Take small steps. When busy with purpose, your mind focuses on growth, leaving no time for doubt to spiral. You fix weak thinking by doing something that disproves it. Consistent practice. This is a daily, hourly habit. Thoughts will always be present, but so will your power to choose. The more you reject unhelpful thoughts, the more natural, strong thinking becomes. Your default mindset shifts, making you less susceptible to old lies. Mental toughness is built by facing challenges with a clear, strong mind. Don't wait to feel brave or for perfect conditions. Take control now. Reject weakness not from fearlessness, but from focus. Weak thinking may not disappear forever, but it loses power when you deny it attention. You conquer it through discipline, clarity, and knowing your worth. Each such decision fosters growth, leading you to think with strength, lead your life forward, and rise above pressure. Choose what to believe and protect that belief. Belief is a foundational force in your life, shaping your thoughts, words, actions, and ultimately, your reality. Yet many people never consciously choose their beliefs. They form by accident, from past failures, fears, or external influences, and may limit rather than uplift. This is why you must take control, choose what to believe, and protect that belief fiercely. Success isn't just about skills, it's about believing you are capable of achieving it. This belief must be actively built and constantly defended. Daily, people, situations, and internal voices will try to erode your belief, questioning your worth, recalling failures, and highlighting flaws. Without a firm stand, your belief will shrink, leading to hesitation and ultimately forgotten aspirations. Belief is not merely a feeling, it's a clear personal decision about your identity, values, and destination. You don't need to prove or explain it to anyone, but you must guard it as something invaluable, For everything you do, your discipline, habits, relationships, and work stems from it. If you believe you're unprepared or inadequate, you'll perpetually hold back or avoid opportunities. Stop letting beliefs form randomly. Step in and declare, "This is what I believe, and I will defend it daily, in every situation, no matter how difficult." Choosing a belief is just the beginning. The real work is keeping it alive when tested. Days will go wrong. People will doubt your potential, and opinions will conflict with your vision. In these moments, it's easy to falter. But true belief demands commitment, not perfect conditions. You build belief by consciously choosing what to focus on. Your mind will offer reasons for failure or reminders of capability. Focus on setbacks, and belief shrinks. Focus on progress, and belief grows. It's built through consistent focus and action. When you consistently show up, you prove your belief to yourself. Extend this beyond the goal. Believe in your ability to navigate the journey, your resilience, and your growth. When belief is rooted in who you are becoming, it becomes unshakable. Sometimes, you'll be the only one who believes in you. That's acceptable. You don't need external agreement or permission. Just be honest. Do you want this badly enough to protect your belief through adversity? Belief is easy during success. It counts most when you're doubting, struggling, or failing, serving as your steadfast anchor. Practices for protecting belief. Keep belief visible. Write it down. Speak it. Remind yourself daily of what you believe and why. Don't let it get buried under distractions or stress. Integrate it into your routines, relationships, and decisions. A belief unused is a belief that dies. Guard your mental input. Be selective about who you listen to. Not everyone deserves access to your mindset. Distinguish between helpful challenge and sabotage. Surround yourself with those who respect your belief, and most importantly, be that supportive voice for yourself. Reinforce through action. Each difficult action reinforces belief. Keeping promises to yourself strengthens it. It's not about the result, but the act of showing up with intention, telling your mind, "This is who I am." This repetition solidifies belief into your identity. Embrace your unique conviction. Your belief doesn't need to mirror anyone else's. Cultivate your own quiet conviction, something that feels right, reminding you that perfection isn't required, only continued building. Act to ignite belief. Don't wait to feel ready. Belief often follows action, not precedes it. Start moving, start building, and let belief arise from your effort, sweat, and growth. This real belief doesn't fade. It strengthens through challenges because it's built on honesty. When tested, return to your decision. I choose what to believe. I'm not letting fear or past mistakes define me. I'm choosing belief that builds and stretches me, giving me strength to move forward. Your future hinges on your present belief. Don't take this lightly. Choose your beliefs, protect them, feed them, and live by them. With unwavering commitment, you will become what you believed was possible. This is not luck, but clarity, commitment, and discipline. The result of someone who chose to believe and never let go. Discipline your mind when no one is watching. The true measure of your mindset isn't how you think when observed, but how you think when no one is there to applaud, remind, or hold you accountable. This is where authentic growth occurs, when no external reward or recognition awaits. Discipline isn't a performance, it's about unwavering focus even in solitude. Your mind, more than your body or skills, requires this consistent, private discipline. Discipline means showing up for your own life without needing permission. It's giving your thoughts direction, especially when tired, unfocused, or inclined to skip the effort. Anyone can perform under pressure, but true depth reveals itself in quiet consistency. Most people falter by treating discipline as something to activate only for deadlines or an audience. Real discipline is silent, private. It's you alone with your thoughts, making choices that shape your future. Your thoughts are constant companions, and if unchecked, they can quietly talk you out of your aspirations. They'll suggest taking it easy, remind you no one is watching, and offer excuses disguised as reasons. Consistently following these thoughts trains your mind to seek the path of least resistance, making consistency impossible. You might show up when motivated but disappear when challenges arise. This is not strength, it's emotional reactivity. Discipline is the opposite, doing what's necessary even when your mood isn't aligned. To cultivate mental discipline, establish your own standard. Don't wait for external guidance on what to think or how to act. You must decide daily which thoughts deserve your time. This standard should be clear. No self-pity, no feeding frustration, no replaying self-diminishing stories. This doesn't mean ignoring reality, it means remaining rooted in your direction, focusing on solutions, and keeping attention on growth. When a thought attempts to drag you into old habits, challenge it without hesitation. No one else will prevent you from quitting on yourself or choosing comfort. This chapter emphasizes the importance of your choices when no one is watching. The most challenging thing to manage isn't the external world, but your own mind, which will test and tempt you to cut corners. Discipline isn't a fleeting feeling, it's a preemptive decision you uphold regardless of how you feel. Cultivating self-discipline. Be your own coach, become your own accountability partner and guide. Address yourself with strength. When a thought suggests a break, ask why. When it claims something is too much, ask what you've truly accomplished. Not to shame yourself, but to maintain honesty and clarity. Most limits are mental, formed by stories we privately repeat. To rise, change the story through repetition. Embrace small, consistent decisions. Discipline isn't built in a day. It's forged through small, repeated choices made when no one is observing. Choosing focus over distraction in the early morning. Saying no to ease and yes to progress late at night. Redirecting a wandering mind during the day. You don't wait for the right mindset. You train it silently. Understand freedom through discipline. Many perceive discipline as restriction, but it grants freedom. The freedom to trust yourself. To move without second guessing. To know your mind is under your command regardless of external circumstances. Your confidence then stems from knowing you do what needs to be done, irrespective of an audience. Learn from slips, return quickly. You will make mistakes. Your thoughts will occasionally get the best of you. But discipline isn't about never failing. It's about returning swiftly. Catch the drift, correct, reset, and learn. This is strength and maturity. Don't linger in a slump. Shift early and return to your standard. Establish a respectful routine. Create a daily routine that serves your goals, challenges you mentally, and supports strong thinking. Remove anything that weakens your mind. Don't debate. Simply eliminate it. This builds a life where your thoughts serve your purpose, not sabotage it. Earn your rest. Rest is part of discipline, but it must be earned through effort. Lazy thinking seeks comfort without cost. Disciplined thinking earns peace through progress. Rest with clarity and pride, knowing what you accomplished when no one was watching. This mindset will anchor you during life's hardest seasons. Your mind will be your constant, but only if you've trained it in quiet hours to remain calm, clear, and focused when no one else is there to hold you accountable. This is mental discipline, self-leadership, silent commitment, and strength built steadily through personal responsibility. You don't need to impress anyone or seek validation. You possess the innate ability, you just need to guide your mind to live as if you know it. Discipline is the gateway to a new level of life, beginning in those quiet hours. Make them count. Think like the person you want to become. Everything originates in your mind, the life you build, the goals you pursue, the habits you form. If your thinking remains unchanged, your life will not transform. You can set goals, plan, and work hard, but if you continue to think like a hesitant, fearful, or self-doubting version of yourself, Your creations will inherit those limitations. Therefore, make a decisive choice. From now on, think like the person you want to become. Do this not just when convenient or easy, but every single day, regardless of circumstances. Don't wait for external results to grant you permission to think differently. Adopt the mindset of your future self before you arrive. Start thinking from that elevated level now, not through pretense, but because your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions shape your outcomes. If you delay this mental shift, you'll perpetually revert to old patterns. The thinking must transform first. This isn't merely about having grand goals. It's about embodying the thoughts that align with those goals. Aiming for a successful future while your mind is filled with excuses, doubt, and procrastination is futile. You need thoughts that propel you forward, guide you through difficulties, and keep you steady under pressure. These thoughts don't spontaneously appear, you must create and choose them daily. You will be tested, pulled towards distractions, negativity, and fear. Old thoughts, you've never done this before, you're not good enough, why even try, will resurface. In these moments you must return to your decision. You've chosen to think like the person who leads their life, not runs from it, the person who shows up even when uncomfortable, who stays focused even when alone. Practice this like a skill. Just as you train your body, train your mind through repetition. Catch yourself when old thought patterns emerge. Stop a weak thought mid-sentence and declare, "No, that's not how I think anymore." Then, replace it with a better thought. Not fantasy or empty motivation, but a thought rooted in direction, values, and growth. This strengthens your mind over time. Steps to cultivate your future mindset. Define your future self. Describe the person you are building in detail. How do they handle problems? How do they treat others? How do they manage their time or conduct themselves in challenging seasons? This model sets your mental standard. Hold yourself to the standard. When you fall short, don't quit. Correct yourself. Study your patterns honestly, without shame, committed to growth. You don't rise by accident, you rise by practicing your future in the present. Lead with your thoughts. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Build the mindset that creates those conditions. Even if you're just starting, think at a higher level first, then act from that perspective. The more you act from it, the more it becomes your identity. Protect your new mindset. Not everyone will understand or be comfortable with the version of you that you're outgrowing. Don't explain yourself to those who aren't building what you're building. Stay locked in, grounded in who you're becoming. Resist regression. It's easy to slip back, especially on difficult or uncertain days. Old thoughts will try to return, but you cannot follow or make room for them. You've made a decision to think like the person who leads their life, shows up, and stays focused. Embrace gradual transformation. If you consistently choose this mindset, you will gradually become that person. You'll notice increased patience, improved decision-making, and greater emotional stability. You'll stop reacting and start responding, because your thoughts are stronger, your mind trained. You've built an inner world capable of supporting the outer world you're creating. Don't underestimate the power of a single shift in thinking. One new belief, one moment of clarity replacing confusion. These small choices accumulate, building momentum and shaping identity, becoming the foundation of the life you've been striving for. Each morning, recommit. Today, I will think like the person I'm becoming, not based on how I feel, but on where I'm headed. This consistency is the essence of real change. The more you practice, the more your life will align with your mindset, because the world follows those who think with strength, lead themselves first, and never cease growing from the inside out. This is who you are becoming. Ready to take control of your mind and unlock your full potential? Which of these chapters resonated most with you? And what's one small step you'll take today to apply its wisdom?